Alright, welcome back. It's only been a week, which is good, because I want this to be every Sunday. Welcome back to my very original, and not idea stolen at all, weekly inbox type of show. I'm not gonna use the word inbox. I mean, Jinjomail. Yeah, totally original idea. Did not take it from anyone. Anyways, before I start, I guess I'm obliged to say if there's any new updates with me, and honestly, not really much. I mean, one really cool thing happened to me recently, but I can't tell you what it is for a while. This much I'll say, Martin, if you're watching this, oh, you crazy motherfucker. Oh, you're so cool of you to do. Anyways, where was I? Oh, here's my paper. Got a couple emails, like, total about, like, 6 or 8 people emailed me. I got a lot of, like, what is it? A lot of people just saying hi, hello, and it's like, oh, hi, how you doing? Which is cool, right? There was a little back and forth, which I like doing. That was the point of me doing, like, this email show. I also got a couple memes. Thanks for that. But a lot of it was stuff like, yeah, it's on screen right now. Hi, hey, hi, Wavetro, how are you? I'm doing good. Thanks. Right? Nothing wrong with saying hi, a little hello, a little chat. But I got, like, 2 really good, emails. Like, one that's good and one that's perfect for the show. That like what I had in mind, and hopefully after you watch this, you feel not obliged. If you want, you could send an email to the email address on screen. If it's blurred out, then actually wait, no, I should read the emails first. But yeah, let's start. Hi, I decided to be the one guy to download all the Superflight videos and upload them to archive.org since you mentioned how you don't have these videos backed up. Thank you, because storing these sound like a nightmare. Speaking of which, what's your opinion on preservation / preserving works, especially when it comes to online content? Yeah, let me get a new map for this. Okay, so preserving online content, I think it's really fucking important, even though it could be a double-edged sword. Like, you know, maybe you accidentally say something that you wish you could take back, or you leak something about yourself in a single video, and then it's out there forever, and it's like, ah, shit, right? So, of course, when it stings you like that, of course it's bad, but otherwise I think it's, like, you know, super important, because honestly it goes back into how, like, what is it, something I've noticed with a lot of people, like maybe when they're first doing YouTube or something, and then they get better, maybe they get big later, and then what they do is they go back and delete the old channel and stuff, and it's like, well, hang on, I know you don't want me looking at that because it's not who you are, but I know that's not who you are anymore. I still want to see what the old shit you made as a kid was, you know? But yeah, I get, like, people going back and scrubbing archives, or purposefully leaving stuff out of archives if it has, like, you know, personal information or something, but otherwise, yeah, I'm all for archiving stuff. I'm not going to be like a complete lunatic, like, everything should be archived, your mistakes are online forever, even though it's kind of the nature of the internet, right? Like, anything you put out there is more or less stuck out there forever. You can try to take it off, but it's not guaranteed, and yeah, this shit's really important. I'm really glad shit like the archive.org is there to just be a free place to store archives and shit, you know? Alright, so that was a pretty short topic, but now let's get to the real meat of this week. Like, I got one email that's, like, perfect for the show. One that, like, turns into a whole big discussion and what I was really anticipating. Hey, George, I've been doing YouTube for about 3 years now. Oh, congrats, that's a long time. I have so many different kinds of videos, many of them now unlisted. I have tons of different ideas for videos that I want to make, but when I try to make... I gotta bring this closer to myself. I have tons of different ideas for videos that I want to make, but when I try to make them, I can't bring myself to finish them. I currently want to make videos of me playing games with my friends because I don't feel like I'm funny or interesting enough to have a video be solely me playing something. Anyways, my point is, how do you get that first initial kick, and how do you maintain it? Oh, thank you. Well, let's see. Why did I say thank you? Thank you for emailing. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. I guess I could start off by, well, tiny detail I wanted to mention is that you say that you don't seem funny or interesting enough. I think eventually you'll once you get more comfortable making videos, you'll eventually outgrow that mindset. Like, I keep everyone in this email anonymous, but this person, I know you're on the server. I don't think you're that. I don't think you're really. I think you're pretty much the opposite of uninteresting by yourself or funny by yourself. That being said, the real question you're asking is, how do you get that first initial kick, and how do you maintain it? Which is, how do you start making videos so you actually, you know, have somewhere to improve? Because what's the point of sitting around and thinking about making videos if, you know, you're not doing them? It's like, yeah, so excellent question. And so obviously the first thing I'm going to tell you is there is no magical trick or solution to the goal that you have to, not the goal, but the thing you have to keep doing, which is you have to keep uploading, right? That's like, at the end of the day, that's non-negotiable. That's what you gotta do. And oh shit, oh, there we go, sweet, made it through. Anyways, but yeah, your goal isn't just so much, I want to be comfortable with myself on YouTube. It's the goal of, I need to keep uploading on YouTube, because then eventually you'll look back one day and say, oh, look how far I came, and all that stuff. And then also the other thing I want to mention before I talk about, sorry, I'm building up to the answer. Other thing I wanted to mention before I talk about getting that first kick and maintaining it is that you will have to face that uphill battle a lot, with the momentum of starting videos again, and then eventually you have to stop for some reason. You will have to come back and say, ah shit, I gotta build up the momentum again. Granted, it gets a lot easier to build it up again after you do it once or twice. I don't feel fucking terrified when I have to return to K folder or what other videos I'm gonna make when I come back next year, because I started and rolled the ball along with Stickman 2020, and now I feel more comfortable about what I can do and how to get the ball rolling on something to regularly upload. So now for the actual answer to your question. Sorry about that whole lead up. Tips to well, not tips, or maybe hopefully just some sort of answer or even advice on how to just get the ball rolling. And honestly, since it varies from person to person, and I can't just tell you, I don't know, figure it out, right? That doesn't help you. I can try to help you in the perspective of your specific problem, since you mentioned that. So with your case, it's a matter of you want to record videos with friends, and but you can't get that ball rolling. And I guess my first tip to you would be to just start small, right? If you ever notice anything about Stickman 2020, it's that, or actually me trying to get 3D to work on YouTube at all, is that I've always just keep trying to scale back each individual video smaller and smaller, in scope, in production time, maybe in length, but mainly in complexity and how much time it takes to make it. So the first thing I would say is just try to make short videos. Even if it's as short as possible. You can even do it fucking 2 minutes if you wanted to, but you probably would want to do it for longer. But the shorter the better, because you have to think of this YouTube stuff as a staircase. Because of course, when you're not just YouTube, but anything you're learning, but I'll speak in terms of YouTube, right? When you want to get better at YouTube and making videos, it's like climbing a staircase. And if you try to make ambitious, enormous videos one at a time, right? It's like climbing a gigantic staircase where each individual step you struggle to get up, but eventually you climb up that first step when you make one complex video, and then you make another complex video, and slowly but surely you're climbing one step at a time, even though it's a struggle, because you're making each step on the staircase gigantic, right? With this sort of ambitious thing. When you scale it back and try to make as small videos as possible, of course you're gonna take that first step, finish that first video oh, I barely made anything. But then you're gonna realize, oh, that didn't take long. I can hit the next step, and then the next step, and the next step. Because the important thing is, no matter the size of the video, you don't get to see how you're doing or how you can improve until you finish your video, check where you're at, and then start the next one. Because that's sort of an issue with big animators now, and the whole how I said in my last video where I talked for an hour and a half about myself the reason why I stopped believing in quality is better than quantity is that quantity leads to quality, and they're not really correlated, because you just if you want to get better at something, you obviously have to practice, and you're just holding yourself back by trying to do some gigantic project as your staircase to get better. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with having a giant project later on or something, but at the beginning, or maybe not even at the beginning, or if you're stuck and you want to get back into something again, you gotta stick to small steps, because small steps are big steps. Even though a big step is more impressive than a small step with finished videos, there's no point if you only get to see and evaluate where you're at the end of each step, no matter the size. So stick to small videos at a time, So for starters, just do something very brief with do something very brief with friends, or better yet, just record one big thing with friends and then cut that into maybe smaller videos or something, right? If you're an animator, just fucking animate something really short. You've already seen this, how well these tiny shitpost animations can do well in YouTube algorithm. You can just keep cranking them out until you get better at working faster, and then you can scale up from there and do bigger things and have bigger ambitions and stuff. I'm trying to think of other YouTubers that could be doing stuff It's so hard to think of. Vlog? I mean, is anyone here interested in making vlogs? I mean, I guess with that one, it's easier to make longer videos since it's just pointing a camera at stuff and recording it. But yeah, same logic applies if you're having trouble getting the ball rolling. Because like I said, you don't want to think of this as like being proud of your YouTube yet, or getting into YouTube in general. The only thing you have to be focused on is that you want to just start making, and you don't want to stop making, because you're just going to keep going and going, and then that's how you improve. And then one day, if you want to stop, knowing full well that you're going to have to get the ball again rolling later, but it will be easier, promise me. If you decide to stop, or maybe you're not stopping, but you're just still making videos, but one day you're just like, huh, let me see how far I've come, and then you look back on how far you've come, and then you realize, oh, I'm pretty good at YouTube now, or oh, I've learned so much now, and then, you know, that's where the good feeling and endorphins comes in. Or maybe you look at the subscriber count, it's like, wow, shit, I made it to 1,000 or something, or 10,000 or 100,000, like, damn, I did it, and then, you know, it's back to work. But yeah, quantity, quantity, quantity. You have the right idea, person. I was about to call you by your real name there, but this is an anonymous show. You have the absolutely right idea. You have to get a ball rolling, and you have to make stuff as much as possible, and, ooh, that's a nice map. You have to make stuff as much as possible, and one of the best ways to do that is to make your steps on the staircase as small as possible. Start with the smallest videos you can, just so you know that you can feel like you can make something. Because as you know, a big video or a small video takes up the same amount of space on a YouTube recommendations page, a title and a thumbnail, you know. It's a lot easier to visualize your progress when you have many thumbnails and many smaller videos versus, I don't know, fucking making one gigantic video and just suffering for 2 months at a time as you try to like finish it, right? And yeah, I think that should. No, wait, I forgot. Is there any shit? I know I said that scaling down videos is one method, and I just took that and ran. I'm trying to think of anything else I could say before ending the show, but honestly, that's like a pretty surefire way of like focusing on it. Like, of course, I can't tell you how to make your videos from there, because like only you know what you want to make. You gotta just go and make it, right? And I was about to drift into a tangent about what if I don't know what I want to make videos about. If you want me to answer that question, send me an email at this email right here on screen. And every week, probably on Sunday, I will read them anonymously, and answer them for you. And yeah, that's going to be the weekly show on this second channel now. You know. Oh wait! Crash! There we go. So yeah, I think it'll end it there. So yeah, honestly, I think just smaller videos will be enough to get you going, because like everything else is sort of technicality, like learning how to video edit and audio edit and all that stuff. But yeah, for the big picture planning before you go in and just try to figure things out, just keep it small. And yeah, I'm sorry, I can't think of any other tips. I think that should be enough to help you, because you know, a lot of this stuff and learning a new thing, whether it's YouTube or whatever else, it's really mostly an effort that's you alone. But you know, that doesn't mean I can't tell you where to like focus your efforts, right? So yeah, I hope that helped. And yeah, that mail should be still on screen, and I'm gonna end today there, and I'll see you next week.